Hello, guys. Today we are going to just discuss the latest episode of The Family of Chantel, and we are going to be focusing mostly on Pedro and Chantel. In this scene, we see Chantel arrives back from work. She's not in a good mood. Remember that they were fighting the previous day. She slept by her brother's house, and she comes home to find Pedro sitting there and working on his computer or playing games as usual. She goes upstairs to change her hospital uniform, comes back to the kitchen, and she informs Pedro that she will prepare the dinner. Pedro tells Chantel that he didn't ask for dinner. Pedro is very ungrateful. Last time he was complaining that Chantel is very, very lazy. He's been doing everything, including cooking. So now she comes back from work. She is tired, but she's making an effort to cook food for him. And he says, "Oh no, I didn't ask food." So while the couple were still waiting for the pizza to be done, they had a small conversation, and Chantel asked Pedro why he treated her as if she was annoying. Chantel asked Pedro why he was not treated with respect, while Pedro was treating everybody, including his co-workers and his parents, with respect. And then Chantel told Pedro, "Now you got your visa, you got your money, you got your job, and you are ready to fly the coop." So flying the coop is just like meaning that you want to run away secretly. At this point, I think Chantel feels betrayed because she has done everything for him, supporting him financially while he was waiting for the green card. So now Pedro is up to this guy because he has a job. He has all these girls around him, and he finds himself that he is, the best thing that has ever happened to Chantel. So Pedro responds to Chantel and says, "Oh, my own wife tell me that I've been using her." "Yes, Pedro, you have been using Chantel because your behavior was better before you got this job. So you were waiting for this moment where you could work and you could have a better job. But remember that what you are today is because of Chantel as well." Chantel is not happy by the fact that her husband, Pedro, is coming home at 3 o'clock in the morning, drunk and without a car, meaning that somebody or one of the co-workers is all dropping Pedro. So that is not a behavior of a married man. So he is really playing a bad game. So Chantel is warning Pedro not to play with her. And she was very, very angry at this point. And she was saying that, "Don't play with me. Don't play with me." When she was about to leave the kitchen, she remembered that she saw something in the cabinet that doesn't belong to either of them. So it's something like a mark, and I think that is a mark from one of the co-workers. This was brought in by Pedro from work. which is also kind of disrespectful. And Chantel confronts him, saying that you are leaving items in the house that don't belong to me. Why are you bringing these things in the house? You want me to see that you have friends at work. People must also understand that you have to draw the line. You are not single anymore. You have to behave like a married man. She then asks Pedro, are you cheating on me? And of course, Pedro replied and said, no, I'm not cheating at you. The only thing that you have is that you don't trust me. You don't trust me. But you also have to understand why Chantel is not trusting him anymore. If your husband has changed his behavior, coming home at 3 a.m., drunk, without a car, what would you think? Whom is he hanging around with? So I think at this point Chantel is really pissed off. In this scene we see Pedro sitting in one of the house that he's about to sell and ringing his mother because he wanted to talk to somebody and ventilate, as he was also angry about everything that was going on between him and Chantel. He felt that there was nobody that was supporting him because Chantel was getting support from her family, and that's why he wanted to talk with his mother. Well, of course, the mother asked Pedro how was Chantel, and then Pedro, of course, had to disclose everything that was happening between them, of which is also some sort of betrayal. If you can look at the past episodes, Chantel is really upset, is always upset when her family is trying to intrude in their business. So in this scene now, you can see Pedro is talking to the mother and telling the mother that they are fighting with Chantel and they are not doing well in their relationship, and he finds that Chantel is very selfish. Pedro tells his mother that Chantel doesn't like his new friends. It's not that she doesn't like the friends or co-workers of Pedro, but she doesn't like the way they behave. And it's not their fault. I think it's a fault of Pedro. He is the one who is married. He is the one who is committed to Chantel, and he has to behave like a person who is committed. The mother then asks, how is your job? And Pedro is smiling and telling his mother that he is doing well with his job, and he is about to sell the house that is about 650,000 K. And the mother is asking, how much are you going to get, or how much commission are you going to receive? And Pedro replied and said that we'll be getting around $10,000, which is really a good money. It's good money for Pedro. So the mother was really happy about the news that Pedro can earn a lot of money. And then she thought to herself, oh my God, now Pedro can take me to the United States. So now you can really think that this was her plan long time ago, that this guy goes to America, gets a wife, get a green card, get a job, and come and take me with you back to America. So at this point, I really don't think that the mother of Pedro is supportive. And she says that Pedro will buy a house for her. Just think, Pedro just got the job, I think, few months ago. They have a new house. They still maybe need to furniture the house. They need to start their own family. They have a lot of things to do apart from the house and the cars. So this mother now wants to come to US with the daughter, I think, and they will be fed by Pedro. Pedro had to see that they have accommodation, they have food, they have everything. So at this point, I really think that she's selfish. And this is a plot that was discussed way, way back before they even got married. Pedro is telling the mother that Chantel is always complaining that, oh, your mother or your sister are always interfering with our relationship. Then the mother responded and said, oh, Chantel is jealous and wants to have Pedro. Yes, of course, Pedro and Chantel are married. They have to have each other. The problem with this mother of Pedro is that she doesn't want to let it go. You know, Pedro now is a married man. He has to take care of his own family. Of course, he can support his mother as long as they discuss it with Chantel, but the way she is interfering with Pedro's life, Pedro will never ever get married if he leaves Chantel. So now Pedro is saying that, oh, my mom and my sister been encouraging me a long time ago to get divorced to Chantel. Of course, we know. They never liked Chantel from the word go. We all know that. But we thought that as the time goes by, they will be, become friends. But it never happened. I think the mother is just praying that they get divorced so that at least she and her daughter can have Pedro back with them, or they can go back and stay with Pedro in the US. Chantel then gets an advice from one of her friend to have a date with Pedro and try to meet with the co-workers. What happened then thereafter is that Chantel went to meet with the co-workers and she informed all of them that she was not happy about the situation, that Pedro now is having a key holder that is having somebody's name written on. I think that's a girl that is standing there opposite Chantel. So you could have seen the face of Pedro. I think she was so embarrassed. He was so embarrassed and annoyed. And of course, at this point, I think Chantel didn't even care. So the last scene then, Chantel was very upset and crying, and Pedro was informing her that he was very, very tired of fighting. He wanted to just move out. At this point, I can confirm that Pedro will move out. I hope he doesn't, but Pedro is Pedro. He is also hard-headed sometimes. So I think now Pedro is going to leave Chantel alone after 7 solid years because they don't understand each other, and that's really, really bad. Thanks for spending time with me. Please subscribe, share and comment. This will help us to increase the number of subscribers in our channel, and I'll be able also to give you more videos. Thank you.